right. Well. Look who's back on the mic. Welcome back to Babes and Cocktails, the podcast where we mix real talk, strong options, and even stronger comebacks. I'm your host, Shyne, and yes, babes, we took a little break. One whole month. Was it a month? It's over a month, huh?
Couple of months.
Maybe 2 months.
March, April, May.
2 whole months. I was kind of hoping it was 1 month, but evidently I got that wrong. Well, we missed y'all like crazy though.
That we did. We did.
After much pause, Babes and Cocktails are officially back. And we're coming in hot, healed, and most importantly, more honest than ever. I think y'all like that about us. In this comeback episode, we're getting real about why the break was necessary, what went down during our off the mic moments, and how powerful it is to hit the pause without guilt.
Whether you're navigating burnout, pro- protecting your peace, or just trying to figure out what's next, this episode is your permission slip to rest, reset, and return when you're ready. We're back, babes, and it's better than ever. I'm Robin. Are y'all ready to get back to the weekly 2 day dose of real talk, bold tips, even bolder conversations with honesty and positive vibes?
Hmm.
We're still your go to space for real talk and some laughs, raw emotions, and of course, with cocktails in hand.
Always. You know it's your favorite babes. Your favorite duo where we sip and spill and say how it is, serving the bold chats, relatable moments, and we keep it real about love, life, and leveling up. And of course, with perfect cocktail vibes.
Yeah.
So,
Tonight, I am sipping Jack, guava, and honeydew melon.
mm. And I'm sipping on that good old Jameson with guava also, and it's honeydew melon as well.
Hmm.
So we're pouring up and we're diving into a topic that I think, well, we think actually, a
Yeah.
lot of us go through, get through, and live through. So grab your cocktail or your mocktail, get comfy, and let's talk about the real deal when it comes to healing and resetting. But today's episode is all about that hiatus energy. Why sometimes you gotta log off, lay low, and love yourself behind the scenes. Whether you've been going nonstop or just felt disconnected lately, this one is for you. Because let's get real, pausing is powerful.
So tonight's topic is soft life, hard truths. Choosing ease without guilt. This week on Babes and Cocktails, we're sipping on something smooth and talking about the not so smooth path of living the soft life. You know, the life of ease, peace, and boundaries. But let's be real, choosing rest over hustle, softness over struggle, and peace over pressure doesn't always come easy, especially when you've been in a survival mode for years. This episode is your reminder that softness is strength and peace is a power move. You don't have to prove anything to deserve ease, babe. So, what is the soft life? The soft life is a lifestyle and mindset rooted in ease, intentionally, peace, and emotional well being. It's about choosing to live gently rather than constantly grinding under pressure, stress, or societal expectations. But don't get it twisted. Soft doesn't mean weak, lazy, or unmotivated. It means choosing balance over burnout,
Exactly.
peace over performance and joy over justification.
The soft life is not about escaping responsibilities, it's about refusing to live in survival mode. It's about creating that life that's not just successful, but sustainable, fulfilling, and soft in the best way. So,
First, we're going to catch y'all up to date. Let's get into it. So, where have you been?
where have we been? Hey, we're gonna start from when the hiatus started.
Mardi Gras. Let's see. We stopped right after my birthday in Mardi Gras. Mardi Gras was March,
The beginning of March.
so we were
So
supposed to podcast with
that
the circle.
Friday and Saturday, that's right. Before Mardi Gras, actually. So it
Right.
was the very end of February, beginning of March.
Yep. We were supposed to podcast with the circle. Everybody was supposed. Y'all was supposed to meet the rest of our babes, but didn't happen. It was it was a lot for Mardi Gras. It was everything was so fast paced. It was like next day, next day, next day, next day. Then they canceled Mardi Gras for us out here, pushed it back 2 weeks for a week for
A
New
week,
Orleans,
yeah,
2 weeks
2 weeks
for
for the other
Metairie.
right.
It was
It was a
crazy.
lot. Uh, I was in school.
Yeah.
Actually, I had started school that January, and by the time Mardi Gras came, yeah, it was what the first. It was in the first couple of weeks of school. I think we started. So my first test was coming up actually around
Hmm.
that time. But yeah, Mardi Gras was it was a lot. I had
It was a lot.
a lot of stress for me, school, personal, um, work, right? In the circle, we had little stressors, but yeah, Mardi Gras was the beginning of the reason why the hiatus had to happen because it was kind of rough with me doing podcasts in school and work and maintaining my sanity.
Yeah.
And
Work. You were work, school, and we were podcasting.
it was a lot because
That was a lot.
that was my senior year in school this year. Like I was getting ready to exit, and the caseload, course load for that class was extensive, right? So that was one of the reasons we took. Well, probably the main reason we actually took a break because I had to realize that I can't do it all.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it all, and I couldn't find a balance with all three, and I didn't have the time to find the balance I needed to do all three in the short amount of time that I would have had to do all three.
But it's understandable too because that's life.
True,
It's
true.
life.
So I felt kind of guilty at first, but then
I was happy. I don't know. I was happy because it was stressing her and it was stressing me, but she didn't know it was stressing me.
I didn't know it was stressing her. She didn't. She didn't include that. That's the circle right there.
That was a circle. It's
She
not
didn't.
time.
She didn't. She didn't tell me that information.
I did not.
So
Because she was already had enough on her plate. Didn't want her to be stressing more.
it was a lot. It really was a lot. And I just felt like we weren't gonna be able to give our best if we just threw each episode together based on the time we had to do it, right? And we care about our podcast. It's important to us.
Yeah.
So we care about the content we put out and the time we put into it to make it necessary for it to be the best as it could be and that we want it to be. So
And then, let's see. So after Mardi Gras, that was March 4th. Then I had my two birthdays came up March 21st and 24th.
yes, with her baby girls.
So both of my girls, we had birthdays.
Hmm.
Um, it was normal until I twisted my ankle.
At one the one the
My
last.
ankles hurt. I can't even sit Indian style. My ankles
When I
hurt.
tell you she tore that ankle up, I don't know how.
So my you just imagine somebody's foot just bruised the whole from ankle down to the toes.
Pretty
My
much the
toes was bruised.
whole month of March.
Um, then we had
I mean April. I'm sorry, whole month April.
yeah, yeah,
So April was March with is when Mardi Gras happened, the
the
girls'
birthdays.
birthdays, and then my birthday came beginning of
It
April.
was the best
April 8th. We're gonna have to start posting our life on social media just so y'all
ever. We
can see what
definitely
we
had
had
a
a
time on our
blast.
birthday.
We had a blast. Of course, things happen and you have to adjust, but my birthday was everything this year.
Birthday was the ish.
It was the shit. And then that was April, and then we come to May, and I graduated from college. I got my bachelor's in science. She can be a little smart or whatever, but now that we've gotten that out the way, we've gotten that degree under our belt, and we've adjusted back to life as kind of normal before school. I could manage podcasting work, right? We was doing a good job with that. But that school load kind of gave me an idea of what I'm gonna have to do when it comes to when I go back to school.
It's
And
okay though.
I'm not gonna take a break like I did this time because I know what it's gonna take.
It's okay. I made her graduation a
Mm.
never forgettable graduation because they put me out.
Wait.
Security said, hey, you, come here.
Listen, I'm walking off stage, bruh. Listen, follow me. And all I see is my mama Robin, my auntie Kim, and my auntie Lane. And Robin said, they put me out. I said, why? She said, I don't know. I said, you better come take a picture with me before you go. So she came in to say, you better go take a picture with her before you leave.
I looked at the lady, I said, I'm not getting beat up by the whole family by you, ma'am.
We had the
I
line
took
standing
pictures
behind us that was coming off the stage. Because I had to take a picture with my sister because y'all putting her out
for no reason.
for no reason. So let me tell you about what happened. I just don't think people really understand who and how we is. Start with my family and their extensions. They don't play behind me. They don't play behind theirs, which will be her, because they're mine, right? Oh, baby, we cut up in there. We got it. We had to take you. She gonna take pictures with me because she going back to work if she leaves. So I'm not gonna get my
Not
pictures
dating.
after. So she gonna get them now.
Indeed.
So
And had fun.
graduation was awesome.
It was exciting.
It was very emotional because my brother's not whatever. He wasn't able to attend for the obvious reasons if you've been following us. But everybody showed up and showed out.
Yep, we did.
Who was supposed to show up and showed up and showed out. She brought me beautiful gifts and a beautiful bouquet of flowers. It was so cute.
I did.
You know my baby mama gonna come through for me.
I love her. I kill a bitch.
And she got me some good gifts that I'm gonna use when I start my practice. I'm not gonna open it until.
It's okay. I don't care.
My aunties, my mother came down from Knoxville,
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Grandma
In
was in there.
attendance, grandmother, of course. That's why they was on the side of the stage and how Robin got put out. But that's a different story for a different day to continue to story.
If you want to know more, just
keep.
DM us and ask. I'll tell you.
I should tell you the whole story. We might just have to do an episode partially on that experience for Robin of her angle and point of view because I got the ass end of it
She knew nothing that was going
until I got off the stage.
until
And I'm
she started walking up.
and
It
I'm
was
looking at
it
this
was
lady
great,
right
though.
here next to her, pointing and telling you, and I'm
Yeah,
looking at the lady like,
go.
what did you tell my
You gotta
sister?
go.
And my auntie is like, she gonna take that picture before she leaves. And I'm like, take a picture with me before you leave. This is before I even know my auntie even said it. But you know, and then my coworkers came.
Yep.
My number one supporters at work, outside of work too, along with my circle. They know who they are. That lifted me, carried me, caught tears, pushed me, and made sure I walk across that stage. My lovely family.
Yes. Yes.
We always show up for each other. You know, blood is strong, blood is loyal, and just like my extended family. So it turned out very beautiful. I was excited to walk and excited to come back to this podcast because I graduated on the 9th and it's the 23rd tonight. I mean, today? It's the 23rd today. So, oh, we're doing it earlier today because we're so excited. We couldn't wait till tonight.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's at night, but whatever.
It's evenish.
Yeah,
Evening.
yeah, you know, but
Then so your graduation, and then my other daughter went to. She was prom date for
yes.
her best friend.
So she went
was
to
gorgeous.
prom. She was gorgeous. So on a hiatus, we just
We had a lot going on.
had a lot going on, and we just need to take a break so we could come back to be the best version of ourselves.
We're not yawning.
Remember, yeah, we used to be so kind. I know y'all remember how time used to be. Listen, we're going to give you the energy for real. We always holler about this energy that we couldn't quite
It's
find,
coming.
but it's coming. So now that you know what we've been up to, it's been a blast. But we're back.
So between work, emotions, personal goals, and let's be honest, mental exhaustion. We needed a minute.
Oh,
She was exhausted. Y'all know. I know.
it was heavy. It was hard.
But she don't like to say no.
I
So
don't know
I
when to
had to
say
be the
when.
bad guy. So I take the blame. But she needed it.
I did. I really did.
So instead of forcing an episode that didn't feel aligned, we chose silence. Intentional silence because we're not just here to talk, we're here to be real. And real sometimes means saying, I need a damn break.
Mm.
Or I need to focus on this right now and come back to this. Whether it's burnout, transition, or just the urge to reevaluate, I want you to know taking time off doesn't mean you're quitting. It means you care enough to come back clear and not just consistent.
We definitely want you to know
We
that.
didn't take off that long.
But it's okay. Like it's not saying, oh, we're giving up on this or getting complacent in the fact that we need this break. We coming back, but we're coming back better with a purpose, with energy. So what the break taught us. Well, here's what I realized during the pause. Stillness is productive. Rest is not a reward, it's a requirement. You don't owe constant visibility to prove you're working. Clarity comes in quiet moments. When we are constantly pushing, we miss the whisper of our intuition. I reconnected with my why. I got honest about what I want this podcast to feel about with us as a unit. Understand I can't give my best with my girl if I'm tired and I'm not doing my best because I don't have my best to give, right? Not just sound like. And I gave myself permission to pivot. It was a hard permission give. Then I asked, am I creating or performing? Am I thriving or just surviving? And when was the last time I did something just for me? Meaning, My answers was I was just performing. I was surviving at that point because I was dealing with demons that had to come back to school because of what happened before. And the last time I did something for just me was 15, 14 years old. Right? I was a teen parent. You have to think about it. So I had to, you know, just pivot and just understand that me finishing school is what I need to do for me because it's time, right? I put it on the back burner long enough. So coming back to podcast was going to be a necessary, but that school was a must. Remember, give yourself space to rest, rethink, and reignite. There's no badge for burnout, babes, but the magic is in the reset. So now we're back, but with better boundaries, renewed energy, and ideas that feel aligned. So pause with purpose, pivot with power.
All right, babe, let's get into one of the biggest truths about choosing the soft life. It doesn't mean you're not ambitious.
Mm-mm.
It means you're wise enough to know you don't have to sacrifice everything to chase your goals. And something that doesn't get said enough, you can have big goals and still choose to rest. You can be ambitious and honor your personal life. You don't have to prove your worth through constant grind. There's a delicate balance between prioritizing your purpose and still making space for your personal life, your family, and your peace. And sometimes that means you have to fall back for a minute, not forever, not with fear, but with
I feel
intention.
like I played that.
Because when you're truly aligned, opportunities don't expire, they evolve. And when the time is right, you can pick it back up with ease, with clarity, and without guilt.
It's okay to pause on a passion project, promotion, or a business dream. If your child, relationship, your mental health, or just your needs more or just your needs are more important and it requires your presence right now. You don't have to do it all at the same time. Doing things in season is just as powerful as doing them all at once. Choosing family or rest isn't a step back. It's a strategic reset.
How to recognize when the opportunity returns and when to say, now I'm ready, with full confidence, not regret. The truth about guilt often comes from feeling like we're letting someone or something down. But what if the most powerful thing that you can do is show up whole, not just on? Yes, prioritize your goals. Doesn't mean everything has to happen all at once. Life is going to give you storms and flow, and you need the grace to flow with it. Sometimes a soft life means knowing when to fall back, not because you're giving up, but because you're preserving your energy for the right moment. Or decide ambitiously what needs to come first at the moment, whether it's family, education, etc. And when that moment comes, you feel it. The opportunity will align with your energy, your clarity, your peace. That's when you pivot with power. You don't have to rush. You don't have to force. Just have to trust your timing.
So, if you're in a season where you need to focus on your mental health, your family, your healing, your peace, do that. Your goals aren't going anywhere. And guess what? The best version of you is rested, realigned, and ready. We'll show up for you for those dreams, and you will show up for those dreams even stronger. We're just here to remind you it's okay to choose ease over ego. You can pause with purpose and come back even more powerful. Permission granted, babes. Not that you needed it. So, All right, babes. Let's get into this sip and spill. Okay, I'm about to start sipping.
We will discuss a few questions and maybe we can leave you with something to sit with or to bring to your next wine night, journal session, or soft life check in.
Ooh, bless the truth.
That's the truth. So,
So, let's
what
get
is the soft
it.
life really? First question: what does soft life mean to you personally? And is it about luxury, peace, freedom, or something deeper?
I think it's something deeper. I think, well, for me, once I realized what the soft life was and my desire for it, I hadn't already been in, survival mode for so long to that I couldn't accept soft life, right? I didn't understand it from that angle, right? So I had to literally make that an intention for me. Like I had to like dig deep down and be like, no, I'm not gonna be in this tough girl era of this survival mode where I just have to. No, I can take breaks. I could focus on me. It doesn't have to be done right now, right? And I had to come from something deeper and it gave me that luxury, that peace and that freedom, if it makes sense.
Hmm.
I found that in the soft life after I gave into understanding that to live the soft life, it has to be intentional. It has to be subconsciously done. You have to like really like I don't know, like program yourself. You have to apply yourself. You gotta affirm yourself to live that life. You just don't get up and do it one day. So what about you?
I want to say the soft life means to me personally is my breaking point.
Mm,
Um, I just get sometimes I just get overwhelmed, and because I'm human, just like everybody else, and it's to the point where I'm like, all right, okay, I want to be like the Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson video scream,
makes me wanna
and I just
scream.
have to woosah, take a breather, and figure it out before I make my next move. You have to, you have to, you have to find your peace before making decisions. So, and that would be, that'd be about my peace. Um, Not too much luxury, but freedom definitely. So, next question: where did you first hear the term soft life, and how did it make you feel? Was it inspired? Was it skeptical? Or was it confused?
I think the first time I heard soft life, it's recent, like within the recent, I want to say 3 to 5 years, if that long, but definitely recently. It wasn't like when I was younger, right? I
Right.
think they would have called soft
Never.
life in an hour when we was coming up something else. Maybe we would have probably referred it to
It
like
wouldn't have been soft life.
maybe it would have been like
Mental breakdown.
no, soft life would have been considered like being kept life, somebody keeping you, right?
Kept life.
Right, because soft life is creating those, you know,
But people don't look at it like that.
well, not. I mean, kept
Back in our
mean.
day.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Back in that day, it would be like kept life. Like it wouldn't have been called soft life, right? It'd have
Right.
been called like no, you just kept yourself to a certain standard. You just, I don't know. In my mind, it would have been kept, but it wouldn't have been soft. Or like maybe a woman that really has it all together, her feminine and her actual lifestyle consists of having everything in a balance. So maybe someone in their femininity, probably. Maybe that would be it instead of kept. Maybe somebody in their femininity. I'm gonna go with that one. I'm gonna go with that one.
So,
So when I heard soft life, I was like, impossible.
right.
I done been hard all my life. How am I just automatically be soft, right? Because I had to be hard. I
How
had
we
to.
were raised.
That's how I was raised. I had to say it, but hate to say it, but I had to be the man and the woman. It just is. And when I grew up, I had to take care of my little brother, so I had to take on a like a more male role. Tomboy, not like that, but like I was a tomboy, right? Because I needed to give him something to model, and I didn't want him to be feminine. And then when I had my son, I had to be mom and dad, right? So I've always had to create a balance. I've never just had a soft life. So when I first heard, I was like, I guess I was skeptical. Skeptical. I guess I'll say that. And then I was inspired because I was like, I want that. I'm tired of this part. I want to be soft. And I always say, I'm in my soft girl era. Straight up, they be like, "Oh, you want to do this?" I know I want a man to take care. No, soft girl. I am tired. I'm is tired. Come take me and turn me into a soft girl. I'm just gonna listen. I'm just gonna. I ain't gonna talk back. I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna listen. I promise. So, what about you?
Uh, Soft life. I heard it here and there, but I really didn't take heed to it. I damn sure was confused because I'm like, soft. When we were coming up, somebody calls you soft. Bitch,
I'm gonna show you soft.
you about to get over. You will get over. But once I learned what it was, then it was a oh moment.
Mm,
Oh.
oh, okay. One of them moments.
One of those. All right, so it says, is there a difference between choosing ease and avoiding responsibility? And how do you find that balance?
Definitely a difference. It's definitely a difference. When you're choosing ease, you're not avoiding responsibility. You're prioritizing what you need to do. It's being responsible, right? Avoiding responsibility is just as it is saying. You're avoiding being responsible. You're just not adulting, like I would say. You're not adulting right now, or you're just not adulting at the moment, right? And you're choosing that, but you're not choosing ease. You're avoiding what you need to be doing. So I find balance by understanding that I have to be responsible. There's no choice. Nobody gonna take care of me. I have to do this, right? So I just learned how to start choosing ease within the last couple of years. I was always on survival, on go. I never avoided responsibilities until after my little brother, and I just like fuck that, and I stopped adulting, and I think I deserved that. Right, about 2 years. It was 2 years too long. I'm paying for it, but that's the only time in my late 30s that I actually decided not to be responsible. But all my life, I had another choice. So I find balance with now just knowing when I need to take a break and I need to step back and I need to prioritize what to be responsible for at that moment and what could just wait. So, what about you?
Difference between ease and avoiding responsibility. I would say
Mm.
it's not a misread concept, but it's said a lot.
Mm.
And this saying stands for a lot of people. A lot of you babes are gonna know it when I say it. I want to be a baby daddy one day.
I do. I look
That's
forward to
avoiding
it.
responsibility
I look forward to it.
because, in a sense, they look at it as they make a phone call or come by every blue moon and they the baby daddy. They don't. Uh, I listened to a video. I swear to God, we is the therapist, we is the doctor, we are the teacher, and
The advocate, the
the lots,
lawyer.
lots. The list goes on. But
The
when it comes to a
chef,
baby
the
daddy and
maid, the seamstress.
co-parenting, it's never understood. So I can't speak for them. I can
Mhm.
only speak for me and what I have to do. And what I do is not reciprocated and done by the father too. So avoiding responsibility and choosing ease is two different things. Two different things. There is a difference. I'm choosing my ease was when I took my peaceful. We gonna have to sit
Mm.
out for a few. Sis, I
You
love
have to
you.
sit
We
down.
have to sit down.
Yeah.
We wasn't avoiding a responsibility. We just had to
I was
get us
like,
together.
baby girl, I can't do both. I said, Robin, I can't do both. I said, I just thought I would come and tell you that we're not just, I'm just can't do both. I think that's all I just said. I can't do both.
And we definitely found our balance because when we chose ease, we took time out for us and we took care of a lot of things that happened in
It
those few months.
need to be taken care of.
And here we are. We came back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome
Welcome
back.
back. Again, we be coming back a lot, huh, y'all?
We
Don't judge us.
don't judge us.
All right, so the mind shift. So, excuse me. Why do you think so many of us feel guilty for resting or slowing down?
Because we've always been we on the go. We on the go. It's time to go. We got to do this, that, and this. So I think we feel guilty for resting or slowing down because I can't slow down and rest. I can't take off. I got to go back to work tomorrow. I got to get this done tonight, and you worry and you're stressed and you feel guilty when we don't hurry up and get that shit done.
True. So I think why so many of us feel guilty for resting or slowing down is because program. I know since I was a child, if I rested or slowed down, I was always depending on it. It wouldn't have got done, and they would have been disappointed, right? So I would feel guilty when they were disappointed in me, even though I couldn't do it. So, in ways, I had to find a grip, the strength to do the things that I really didn't have to do. So, I just was like, I might as well do it and just be tired or worn out or whatever, and then it's carried as guilt because you just feel that way. And for slowing down, you feel guilty because you feel like, okay, I'm gonna have to play catch up. And if I'm playing catch up, then I'm not being my best at what I'm supposed to be doing for my kids or my parents or my whatever, right? So I think that's why you feel like it. How does growing up in a grind culture or survival mode affect our ability to embrace peace and stillness?
Um, One word: responsibility. We were responsible. The grind
Yeah,
culture, the survival mode,
we had no choice,
we
baby.
had to be responsible for a lot.
No choice.
And now this generation that we're raising,
Mm.
we gotta be responsible for nothing.
Think they
And
understand
the way society
society is
puts it to
setting it
them
up.
is they don't have to do what we did. They're supposed to just be children.
Mm.
Well, yeah, they're supposed to be kids, but now you
Responsible kids.
16, 17, 18, 20.
Responsible kids, exactly.
You want them to be kids forever?
You gotta be responsible kids. But
It affected us really well. We turned out really well. I pray for the next generation.
right, because this is about to be ridiculous,
It
baby.
is about to be ridiculous.
So, well, for me, I think growing up in a grind culture, survival mode, and our ability to embrace peace and still is because the grind was it was the grind and the hustle. They were different for us, right? So you had to have both. You had to have the grind and the hustle. It wasn't no either or. And then growing up how I grew up, it was always survival mode for me. It wasn't nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
So I really never understood true genuine peace or stillness because I'm always on the go. I always had something to do, somewhere to be, some just period, just in general. So that that perspective that was put on us, especially our generation, you don't know how to find. You don't have time to find peace, right? You don't have the concept to find stillness because you weren't taught it. You weren't taught peace or stillness. You was taught you was gonna grind and you was gonna survive. Period. You was gonna grind to survive, and you was gonna survive the grind, and it was just that simple. So growing up, I had to realize I had to find peace, right? And the things that gave me peace. I didn't know nothing about yoga and all that coming up. I ain't understand meditation and all that stuff coming up. That wasn't taught to us. That wasn't a given. I had to go learn those things. I had to pay to learn those things until YouTube came, and I was like, yes. But at the end of the day, them books are expensive that I used to have to buy to try to learn about that things and stillness, whatever the hell that is. I'm still trying to figure it out. So that's how I think it affected our ability. It wasn't given, it wasn't taught. It wasn't something that was given along with the survivor and the grind.
So, boundaries, burnout, and balance. What boundaries have you had to set in order to live more softly?
Put me first. That's the main boundary I had to learn. Put me first before my child, before my parents, before my family, before put me first. And learning no. Learning to say no. Once I learned how to say no that one time, oh baby. So that was literally the two boundaries that I had to set to live more softly.
I want to say not pushing myself to the limit. Again, exactly what she said. Learning how to say no. Know when enough is enough, and yeah, it's got to be about you regardless because it's you're the one that needs the soft life. You're the one that needs the break. You're the one that needs to pause and reset. So you definitely got to take care of you first.
Yeah, because if you don't take care, you can't take care of nothing else. And if you did, I promise you, what you was taking care of, they ain't gonna take care like you was.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, Nobody gonna take care of you, and nothing else should take care like you. It's just that simple. So you have to take care of you to take care of it, whether it's your children, your family, whatever. So redefining success. Wait, did I answer? No, we got one more.
What's one hard truth you had to face in your journey toward living more intentionally? Mm-mm-mm.
It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to not be. I hate to say it, but perfect, right? It's
Mhm.
okay to perfectionism is not a standard. It's more of a disease. I think that's the hard truth I had to learn. Like it's impossible to be perfect. Everything is not going to be perfect. It's just I just said that was the very hard truth I had to learn. About you?
My hard truth would be learning what Robin needs and facing that. Um, a lot of times there's a whole bunch of shit that we want, but knowing the difference of what I want and what I
What you
need,
need?
and that was a hard truth. And trying to live intentionally like that. I mean, I'm good now. I
What?
know what Robin needs.
Exactly.
And that's all that matters because I'm the one that needs to know. Nobody else.
Anybody? Okay. Redefining success. Has your definition of success changed since embracing a soft life mindset?
No, it has not changed because I'm still on the same road. I just know how to not be burnt out. I know how to not stress. I have learned that I can still be on the same road to success and not be burned out all at once.
I think for me, my definition of success has changed because success is not in, you know, that moment. Success is literally in that place that I don't know, I guess makes us feel that we've enjoyed the moment because there was a lot of things I got accomplished. And what's going on? So I think that's the most important part.
Not charging. This one is not working.
Oh my gosh. So hold on 1 second.
I'm gonna put it on this side.
So yeah, my definition has definitely changed. I think that I look at success as more as the moments I enjoyed and not the things that I accomplished. Because a lot of things I look back on that I was accomplished and I was successful at, that success wasn't exactly what I remember. I don't remember the good part. I just remember the sleepless nights, and I just remember not really enjoying the moment because I missed the moment. So my definitions definitely changed. Okay, redefine the success. So, what does productive look like for you now, and how has that evolved?
Productive looks like success. Um, success without the stress. That's what productive looks for me now because it is lightweight. I don't stress going to work. I don't stress when I get up. I don't stress for the overtime. I'm productive and I'm still not stressed.
Let me see. Productive look like for me now that I've embraced the self girl life, it looks like enjoying the moments. And what, however capacity comes, whether I'm stressed in that moment, whether I'm aggravated in that moment, enjoying it, realizing and bringing myself back to that moment so I can get out of it and continue. Because a lot of times I look back, I've always was upset about something or how I could have did it different or what I should have did different, and not just enjoying the process and understanding that that was my stepping stone, and the next time it's gonna be better. Just enjoy the process right now. So that's what productive look like for me now, and it's evolved because now I'm enjoying the in between time.
Mm-mm.
I'm enjoying the process. So
Pause with purpose, pivot with power. When was the last time you gave yourself permission to pause? And did it come from alignment or burnout?
this last time, right after Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, right after Mardi Gras. Um, it was out of burnout. I was completely burnt out. I mean, I couldn't even function some days. Like I was in straight autopilot, and then I was not even. I was just on fumes. Like I was just functioning on steams. And I realized that I had to literally give myself permission to understand Krishan, the podcast is gonna be there. Krishan, outside gonna be there. You know, everything is gonna be there. But what's not gonna be here if I don't take care of myself is me. Right? School gonna even be there. You know when going to well, right? But if I didn't take care of myself and I got sick, then what was gonna happen? So it's from burnout. So it was intentional. I I just had to literally create that space because I was so overwhelmed and so like exhausted. I was exhausted. So I had to give myself permission to like take a break and focus on school and focus on work and focus on me and create that space so now I can come back and when I have to do school, work, and podcast, I know how now. And I know the way I did before is not gonna work, so I'm gonna have to adjust. What about you?
Um, yeah, it definitely was when we took our break. I mean, because in actuality, we was both burned out. Um, but it taught us how to realign ourselves and get it together, and we will be more active this time because we're going to give ourselves that time and that space. You want to do? What personal values or priorities do you feel you've been neglected in pursuit of your goal?
My personal values. At first, before this break, not taking care of myself, not working on my mental health, not taking that time for me. I mean, I did the physical things, kept myself up with my hair and the maintenance, my nails, my toes, whatever, my routines. But mentally and even physically with rest, I wasn't taking care of myself, and I was neglecting my health. I was neglecting my mental health as well because I wasn't eating right, wasn't drinking water, I wasn't literally taking care of me. I was just getting through to get by to finish and to complete. Get through the podcast script, or get through the next assignment, or get through the next test, or get through the next assignment I had at work. It was just getting through. It wasn't necessarily taking care of me in between. I felt like once school got finished, I'll start taking care of me. But by the time I even got to March, I was burnt out in February. So it was just, that was what it was for me. And while in the pursuit of pursuing my goals, I was losing me. I wasn't taking care of me. I was losing weight. I wasn't getting enough rest. And, so that's what I was neglecting.
Um, um, I had priorities coming up, and it just felt like an overflow, and I was neglecting stuff, and I was trying to just do everything, and it was like I just felt like I had. You get into those days where it's like you feel like there's not enough hours in the day, but in actuality, you need to just take a break because if there was more hours added to the day, we would find a way to use all of those up too, and then we would still be complaining we don't have enough hours in a day. So, um, got to take time out and pause, even if it's just an hour a day. Pause.
Okay, so what's next for babes and cocktails? So now that we're back, here's what's coming. More raw and real conversations. Of course, you already knew that, didn't y'all? We didn't really have to say that, did we? More solo episodes, but we always promise, but we're going to deliver. We're going to start having us some special guests. We're going to start inviting and having us some people on, some different perspectives, some conversations flowing, some vibes going. And what else we got coming, girl?
Topics you've DM'd us about. Identity shifts, building confidence, navigating change, protecting peace. We're definitely going to respond back on those. And yes, new energy, same vibe. So we're growing over here, and the mic is open for what's real, what's messy, and what matters the most.
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, we took a self guard era to soft life and soft girl era to the next level for us in our life. We started embracing what it really means and we started applying it, right? So I guess it's all in not what you do, but how you do it. So the comeback is the glow up. Don't think the glow up is the process, it's the comeback. Which is what you're doing in the process that gives you that glow up. So, all right, babes, before we close out today's episode, I want to leave you with this. Choosing ease is not weakness. Reclaiming your peace is not quitting. And protecting your energy is not selfish. The soft life isn't about avoiding reality, it's about rewriting it. It's about saying, I don't have to burn out to be worthy. I don't have to overextend to be enough. And I don't have to prove myself to anyone, not even to who I used to be. And wherever you are in your soft life journey, just know it's okay to pause with purpose. And when you're ready, you pivot with power. So if you're in a season of slowing down, babes, trust that you're not behind. You're just building from a better place. And when it's time to pivot again, you won't just be starting over, you'll be starting stronger. Let go of guilt that tells you you're not doing enough. Let go of fear that says rest will make you fall behind. Because here's the truth, rest is revolutionary and ease is earned. And knowing when to prioritize to grow is just as important for rest. So as you move through this week, we challenge you to do one thing that feels soft, slow, or sacred. And do it without apology.
You are allowed to take up space in a peaceful life. You are allowed to be at work, in progress, and still honor your peace. You are allowed to glow quietly, grow intentionally, and live loudly in your own way. You are allowed to pivot. Prioritizing your goals doesn't mean everything has to happen all at once. So, Shyne, what's the hardest part for you about slowing down? And what's the most beautiful part?
The hardest part is accepting that I need to slow down because I always feel like I can just get it done. The beautiful part is, well, the most beautiful part is that after I slow down, I actually have a clearer picture of what I should be doing now and a better focus. What about you?
The hardest part about me for slowing down is I'm already on a time schedule. And it's like, no, at this time I'm supposed to be doing this, that, and that, this, and that. And it's like, okay. So now that I'm not doing that, now what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? I don't know. We're just scheduled to doing shit for so long. That is the hard. But the most beautiful part of that is breathing. Okay, now I can go do something for me because I took the time to slow down.
Well, because this is a journey, it's not just about slowing down, it's about doing so with clarity and confidence, choosing ease, honor your capacity, and redefining success on your terms.
So let's toast to the soft life and the soft error because it's almost gone.
So, we're going to reminisce, right? And we have 3 questions that we want y'all to take on and write on, and we'll write on them too, but we're going to just choose one out of the 3 questions. So, Robin's going to read the 3 questions.
It says, if you had to create your own soft life affirmation, what would it be? That's the first one. The second one, how do you create space for your soft life space? Or what's the hardest part for you about slowing down? And what is the most beautiful part? Reminisce question. Let's go.
Now, We're going to pick from the first two. We really want y'all to answer these questions. So out of those two, the first two, I'm going to pick, how do I create space for my spouse, soft space? I create space intentionally. You know, like, for me, when I shower or brush my teeth or wash my face, which I do ritually, I create that time for me to be in my soft space, to just think about my affirmations, to think of the things I'm so hard on myself for that I shouldn't. And you know, I'll when I'm setting intentions or something, I like candles and sit Indian style, stuff like that. That's how I create my space for my soft space.
If I had to create my own life, soft life affirmation, what would it be? So I would, well, it is gonna be like this sooner or later, but I only have to give me myself that I up for work in the morning. It's lovely because getting 3 kids up in the morning is not easy. Again, that's something that us mothers have to do before the babies. But we won't talk about that. That's a soft life affirmation. I don't have to give me, myself, and I up for work because why? None of the kids have school for the summer.
Affirm it. If I had one, I'm gonna give y'all one. If I had a soft life affirmation, it would be, I could be me because I make it possible with the energy I give me. Or should I say positive energy I give me? So, gratitude session.
And what are you grateful for this evening?
I am grateful that we are back. Like, I miss this. You have to realize. I miss talking to you guys. I miss our girl time. Coming back, and I actually missed the preparation. Like, at first I hated it. But I actually missed it. Like, when I had to come back and do the script this time, I was like, I know what I'm doing. This shit's gonna be easy. I got this, right? And I picked up fun ways to make it exciting for me. Robin pointed out, like, I like this. I was like, I know. But yes, like, I'm grateful for that. And I'm just grateful that I graduated, and I'm grateful for my new journey. Tell y'all about that later.
My grateful part about this evening is when we took our break in March, it was like, okay, I can breathe. And then here we are in May, and I'm like, damn, I hope we're about to start back soon. I kind of missed it. I'm like, well, she didn't call me yet. We've been talking about a lot of shit, but we ain't talking about this yet. I know y'all don't know about the background or the history or what has to be done to prepare this. I'm like, dang. I know it's a little stressful for her because she does a lot.
But it's stressful for her too because this IT should be IT.
I'm like, man, I hope she's ready. I kind of missed this. So we get to go out and have our times together, but this is like our time.
Yeah.
So
me and her time, right?
With the soft life, this could fit in our soft life process because it's just our time together. So I definitely am grateful for our time back.
Me too. I really, really missed it. So, all right, babes. That's a wrap for today's episode. To every babe listening, you are allowed to pause. You are allowed to rest. You're allowed to start again. Stronger, softer, smarter, and more intentional. The comeback, it isn't just about what you do next. It's about who you become during the break. So thank you for giving Babes and Cocktails grace during this season and for coming back when we did. Here's to rest, to grow, here's to power, here's to showing up when you are ready.
Ready. And What's one small way you're choosing softness this week? If you had to create your own soft life affirmation, what would it be? How are you creating space for yourself, for your soft error? And or what that looked like for you. Drop a comment or DM, slide it into our DM or tag us in your posts below or on social media. We all have answers and your thoughts. And let us know in the comments. Also, if you love tonight's episode, we'd love to hear from you about that as well. Keep us informed and send us updates. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a review below this episode, and share this episode and our channel with your favorite babes. Follow us back at Babes and Cocktails on social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. Babes and Cocktails is our Instagram and Facebook. And for more empowering conversations, bold opinions, and your number one cheerleaders for all life situations.
Of course. Thank y'all for rocking with us on this episode of Babes and Cocktails, where we keep it real raw and always keep it cute. We appreciate you and we are grateful for you and your time. For more cocktails, laughs, and real talk, chill with us every Friday and Saturday.
7-ish.
Central. Central.
Central time.
Central time. Babes, be bold, stay true to yourself, stay focused, keep growing fearlessly, evolving, and loving. Be intentional and be consistent. Protect your peace and energy. Thank you for sipping with us tonight. Babes and cocktails. Until next time, babes. Keep choosing softness with strength, boundaries with grace, and ease with no guilt. Keep thriving, stay real, stay true, and most importantly, sip responsibly. We want to see y'all every week. This is Babes and Cocktails, and we are
back. Catch you tomorrow, babes. And don't forget, peace is the new power.
miracles, magic, blessings, and prosperity.
Later.